EA and BioWare look like they are getting desperate, having to partner with Nvidia to give away Dragon Age the Veilguard for free ahead of the game's release on Halloween later this month, just 10 days from now. And this partnership to give away this game for free comes as mounting evidence grows that there is a lack of interest in this game and that sales will be very poor, or at the very least, as they like to use in the industry, soft. Before we get to this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And yes, indeed, Nvidia announced this on their blog. They said, fight for Thetis' future at ultimate quality this fall, as new and existing members who purchase 6 months of GeForce NOW Ultimate can get BioWare and Electronic Arts' epic RPG Dragon Age the Veilguard for free when it releases on October 31. The GeForce NOW Ultimate bundle costs $99.99 for 6 months, $100. And along with Dragon Age the Veilguard includes GeForce RTX 4080 rig, RTX on, and access to the RTX 4080 servers, up to 4K resolution and 120 FPS, no ads, and an 8-hour session length. The bundle is only available to purchase through October 30th. That includes Dragon Age the Veilguard. So you can see their options here, as well as the Ultimate Bundle, which includes that Dragon Age Veilguard game, which they're literally giving away for free for the purchase of this 6-month subscription option. This bundle announcement, as I said, comes in the wake of a number of metrics indicating that the game's pre-order sales are not doing well and interest in the game is low. Craig Skistimas, aka Stuttering Craig, the host and owner of the Side Scrollers podcast on YouTube, revealed information from his retail insider that the game had only received a total of 1,957 pre-orders between Xbox and PlayStation 5. His retailer managing over 800 plus stores. He wrote this on X. My retail insider says physical copies are not better between both the gold and standard editions in their 800 plus stores. They have just under 2,000 pre-orders between PlayStation 5 and Xbox, 1,552 from PlayStation 5, 405 from Xbox. That gives you a total of 1,957. This is an increase from the 1,069 that he had reported back in September. So we are seeing an increase as we get closer to the October 31st release date, but it's not massive, right? We're looking at not even double the pre-orders there as we get literally, when did he post this? 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out from the release date. So I also had a retail insider reach out to me who manages over 900 stores. And they said that those retail orders that Craig shared are 3 times less than what they got from Spike Chunsoft's Dragon Ball Sparking Zero in the lead up to its release on October 10. That game had 5,952 total pre-orders. On the Friday before the game released, October 4th, there were a total of 5,538 PlayStation 5 pre-orders and just 414 Xbox. Furthermore, the insider shared that pre-orders might actually have been higher for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but they sold out of the Ultimate Edition for PlayStation 5, so it wasn't actually available to pre-order. So that kind of limited the total pre-orders that they had there, selling out of that edition. If we look over on Steam, we can see Dragon Age really isn't making any moves. It sits in 28th place on SteamDB's most wishlisted upcoming Steam games. I've covered in previous videos that it was previously at 38th, and the only reason why it's really moved up to 28th is because you've had the release of games like Dragon Ball, of Metaphor, Refantasio, of a bunch of other games that have released since in the month of October. So with them not being on the wish list anymore because they're literally out, and people have purchased them, which means they've been removed from their wish lists, that has allowed Dragon Age to kind of move up those 10 spots. And you can see it hasn't really moved up in the top sellers list either. It's just inside of the top 50, sitting at 46. It's kind of fluctuated around there over the past couple of weeks. I think the highest I've seen it was maybe 42nd, but it's been outside the top 50 as well, up in 57th place. I think maybe about a month or two ago, it was in the high 80s. So it just doesn't look like there is a lot of interest in this game, not really kind of breaking through in the top sellers list here on Steam just 10 days before its release. And then we can also look at Google Trends and kind of see that this game is indeed getting just absolutely mauled by Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Even Metaphor Refantasio is here. We know Dragon Ball Sparking Zero did 3 million sales in the first 24 hours. Metaphor did 1 million. And you can kind of see that is reflected here in these Google Trends lists. Where's Dragon Age the Veilguard? It's that blue line on the bottom, complete and utter flatline. Metaphor up there, seeing interest kind of going up on that as it has more of a long tail. And then Dragon Ball still having really strong interest, spiking obviously kind of when it released, and it's still doing really well as far as the Google Trends here. And you can see even if you kind of push it back into earlier August, like it still was both Dragon Ball and Metaphor performing better than Dragon Age the Veilguard. This probably is the most interesting one that I did here, where I compared Dragon Age the Veilguard to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League and looked at interest over the last 12 months. You can see that Suicide Squad had a massive kind of peak here in the month that it released, right around the time that it released in the beginning of February. But even then, you can see before it released, it was kind of still doing better than what we're seeing Veilguard do. I guess we're seeing Veilguard maybe get up there, but this looks like a game that is potentially following the same trend as Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And we know that game was a financial disaster because Warner Brothers Discovery's chief financial officer, Gunnar Wiedenfelds, admitted that that they had to take a $200 million impairment charge for the game. He said this: starting with studios, the $400 million plus year-over-year decline during Q1 was primarily due to the very tough comp we faced in games against the success of Hogwarts Legacy last year in the first quarter, in conjunction with the disappointing Suicide Squad release this past quarter, which we impaired, leading to a $200 million impact to EBITDA during the first quarter. So massive, massive disaster for that game. Remember, that's just an impact during the first quarter. Who knows exactly how much this game has had an impact as we are now in October for this game. Obviously, a bunch of months have gone past since they made this announcement towards the beginning of the year. So, and they've continued to actually release content for this game. It's gotten so bad that there's literally only 100. The peak 24 hours was just 140 people in the last 24 hours. That is a 98.9% decline from that 13,459 peak that it had in February. That is how bad this game has gotten. So I would assume that they've lost probably even more money on this game than what they initially announced. And we know that this is having a toll here. We did get a report from Tom Phillips at Eurogamer. He said that the company had laid off over half of its quality assurance department, reducing it from 33 to 55 at the beginning of this month. He also claimed that the layoffs affect those outside of quality assurance as well. So it's obviously more than just what that 18 people that they laid off there that he's saying from quality insurance. So who knows how many people they have laid off, but does saying that they were laying off a bunch of people. And this includes people that have our junior staff, as well as people who have been with the company for over 5 years. So some veteran people getting let go from that company there. So we know that was not good. This game did not do well, and we're looking at Dragon Age: The Veilguard kind of on the same path here as Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Just does not bode well for this game, and none of this is really surprising. The game has fully embraced woke ideology. There are numerous examples of it, from the character companions being pansexual. We now have a playtester leaking that one of the characters claims to be non-binary in the game and specifically uses that dialogue. We also know that they included top surgery scars in the game, which means they're putting transgenderism in it. They have pronoun options in the character creator. You can also make your character quote unquote non-binary, etc. in the character creator. The character designs themselves are hideous and ugly, especially the Kunari. They look nothing like what the Kunari looked like in previous Dragon Age installments. So it just looks like a complete and utter disaster for this game. And again, as I said, not surprising given everything that they have revealed about this game. They've also noted that your choices don't really matter. from Inquisition, from Dragon Age 2, from Origins. There's really no impact on them, and the playtesters seem to confirm that that these characters that do show up, they're literally just kind of acting as advisors. They have no real impact on the game. Those choices don't really have any effect whatsoever. So, not surprising that they are doing this, that they're trying to find any way to squeeze as much as they can, and working with Nvidia to try and bundle this to give this game away for free ahead of the release. I definitely think that this is a move indicating that they see that sales for this game are not going to go well. We saw something similar happen with Unknown 9 Awakening, where they were bundling it with I forget, with I think with like one of Nvidia's competitors as well. So to try and boost sales for that game, it didn't turn out well. I think it like maybe 200 people total peaked. I have to go check. Let me check that right now real quick. Actually, yeah. So here we are. You can see Unknown 9 just peaked at 285 during its release day period, or release window period, first week, I guess. Over the weekend, absolutely abysmal, worse than Concord, and they were giving this game away for free. So people who were even checking this out thought it was absolutely terrible. You can see the reviews there: 205 negative, 85% positive, only a 33% SteamDB rating. You can see 29.31% of the user reviews are positive, and many of these people got this game for free, and they do not like it. They don't even want to play it for free, and I expect something similar to be with Dragon Age Veilguard. Obviously, probably not to this extent. We will probably see that number be a little bit higher, but I think we might see something similar to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, where it peaked at like what, that 13,000 number and quickly fell off. I think that's what you will see with Dragon Age the Veilguard. We might not even see it hit that 13,000 peak. I think that is the real test for this game. Will it perform better than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Obviously, they're in different genres, but I think that is a good comparison. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth.